Good morning, my friends. Good morning, good morning. It is Friday. I thought I would start the weekend vlog early because, well, it's our weekend. Today is Doug's regularly scheduled day off. So he is home. Andrew does not have to go to anything until 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock or something. I don't know, football practice. I am heading out to Plasma. It is late for me. Normally on Fridays I go at 9 a.m. but I forgot to make my appointments like weeks ahead and I could only get 10:40. So it is 10 o'clock now, or 10:10 actually. It takes me about 20 minutes to get there. So that kind of stinks, but it was nice because we actually slept in a little bit this morning. Well, sort of. We got up at our normal time, went and took care of the chickens, and then went back to bed. It was so nice just laying there. So nice. Like, we just did our morning prayers and played on our phones. Like, you know, did the Wordle, did the connections. If you play Wordle and haven't done connections yet, it's in the same, website, the New York Times. Just hit the little drop-down menu and play connections. It is so much fun. There are 16 squares, and each square has a word in it. And you have to make groups of 4. Sounds easy, and some days it really is easy. Other days, it's not so easy because 5 things might match the category, but really there's only 4. One goes in another category, if that makes any sense. Oh my goodness, that person is going the wrong way on the highway, on the entrance to the highway. Oh my goodness. Anyway, squirrel. So go play Connections if you haven't done Connections yet. There's a whole bunch of games there. I don't play most of them. I play Connections, I play Wordle, and I play the Mini. The Mini is a mini crossword puzzle. Connections and Wordle reset at midnight. The Mini resets at 10 p.m. So yeah, we are into our games in our house, whether they be board games, card games, phone games. We love games. So anyway, that's what we did this morning. It was lovely. And then got up and had a quick breakfast. I just had a breakfast sandwich, sourdough English muffin, 1 folded egg, 1/4 ounce of raw milk cheddar cheese, and 2 slices of Canadian bacon. So good to go. That'll hold me for a long time. Plans today, once I get home from... It was beautiful this morning. Let me start by saying it was beautiful this morning. We should have just stayed up at, 6 o'clock, 6:30, and just went right into the garden to work. That is what we should have done, because it was beautiful. Now, all of a sudden, it is crazy humid. Crazy humid. It's only 80 degrees, but the humidity is through the roof. And we absolutely have to be in the garden today. Potatoes are ready to harvest. They're completely all dyed back. And I think the onions may be ready too. I'm really not expecting a whole lot from the onions. This was our first year doing them, and we made a couple mistakes, I think. So we'll see. And to potatoes, you never know. Our first year we had a great harvest. Last year was kind of sucky. You don't know because you can't see them growing. So we need to spend a little time in the garden today for sure. I have to get some peppers preserved up. We have a lot of peppers. I am just going to slice some, chop some, and freeze them. What else do I have to do? I don't know. I had an event last night. The town that's like 2 towns over, a couple of the business owners got together, and one of the business owners is my friend Tab. That's, Jack and Riley and Bill and Emmy's mom. That's where her macaron bakery is. And her and 2 other businesses were getting together to do what they called a peachy summer evening. And they invited me to come and set up my stuff. And they also invited like a jewelry store lady too, or a jewelry lady. So it was a very small event, but I did really well for it being a small event. I took all my peach stuff, plus I took some other things, and I took sourdough English muffins, and I made peach bread. So I did have peach bread left over. I tossed it in the freezer last night. Andrew they have a bake sale on Sunday again, like they had last month, for student council for the school he teaches at. So I will pull those peach breads out of the freezer late tonight before I go to bed and thaw them, and I will send, not tonight, tomorrow night, and I will send them to the bake sale. Plus I'm going to make a few other things for the bake sale. Plus I have a order for 2 loaves of sandwich bread for Sunday. So got all that to figure out. But today is just going to be a work at home day. Tomorrow we have a meeting at church at 9:30. There's 2 times you can pick for the meeting. It's either 9:30 tomorrow or like Tuesday night. We're going to go 9:30 tomorrow morning, and then maybe go out to breakfast, and then I'm not sure yet, and then we're going to go and get the boys' tuxes for the wedding. We're going to go over to a local tux shop and get their tuxes ordered. I ordered 4 gowns on Amazon, and 3 of them came. So they came late last night, so I need to try those on, see if I'm keeping any, see if I like any, sending them back. If I don't, starting from scratch. So I have to deal with that. That'll all be today or tomorrow, or the gowns will be today or tomorrow. So, and then we have pinochle tomorrow night, and then church Sunday morning, and then we're both off on Monday again too. Not sure what we're gonna do yet. We'll figure it out. So anyway, that's that. Just thought I'd come on and say hello and let you know what was going on for this weekend. Oh, and totally forgot to, well, not forgot, I ran out of time and did not get my menu done or filmed. So that is not going up at 9 o'clock like it normally does on Friday. I have special guests making the menu for this week. So that ought to be fun. You'll see it when, well, you've already probably seen it. So, what else? As much as I love summer, and I love summer. It is absolutely my favorite. It's my favorite. But I will say, I tend to be a little lax in the summer with everything. I tend to be a little lax with my diet. I tend to be a little lax with my schedule. I tend to be a little lax with my homemaking. So I am looking a little bit forward to September coming and getting back into a more normal routine. Like, you know, Doug having school on Tuesday and Thursday nights, because that's when I do certain things. You know, Andrew being back to work and being out of the house, and, you know, some semblance of a schedule with the babies, which actually will not be, because I have no idea who I have or what days I have them. The only person I'm going to have partially full-time, as far as I know, is Bo. I think I'm having him 4 days, but his mom's going to be off on maternity leave until I think November. So I do not know what the fall is going to bring, but we will figure that out. I'm not too concerned. So yeah, I am looking forward to getting back into some kind of schedule, because then things like not having time to do the menu aren't going to happen. Once I figure out the kinks with the home bakery too, like what I can bake ahead of time, what I can't bake ahead of time, what needs my attention, that kind of thing. Plus it's also preservation season. So, you know, I've been like a crazy woman canning and freezing and dehydrating and stuff like that. That's not going to end probably until mid-September, because we still have apples and pears to do. And this year, my plan is to make a crap ton. Yes, that's a mathematical term, a crap ton of pear sauce. I always did a lot of applesauce, and yes, we do enjoy applesauce, but my word, last year I did pear sauce for the first time. It was, yeah, I just want all the pear sauce. I seriously, you're going to laugh, but I seriously want like 40 to 50 jars of pear sauce. I want enough pear sauce to have it at least once a week for a year. So, yes, it is so good. But anyway, that's that. I talked for long enough. I am halfway to my destination. Hopefully, we will flow quickly today and be done so I can get home and get my hands in the dirt. So, that's my goal. So, I will talk to you all probably from the garden. I really need to change where this holder is. So, anyway, I am done plasma. It was nice and easy, as always. On my way home, I stopped at Aldi to just pick up a salad. $50 later, I left Aldi. But you already saw that haul on Friday with my menu. And I also stopped at Dunkin' Donuts. I was so thirsty when I left plasma, and it's my own fault. I did not have my electrolyte water this morning, and that is a huge no-no for me. My body is so used to it. Oh my gosh, I was so incredibly thirsty. I was surprised my plasma got done as quick as I did, because I really thought I might be a little bit dehydrated, but apparently I wasn't. But I was so thirsty, so I stopped and got a large unsweetened iced tea. I miss lemon so much at Dunkin'. I really wish they still had the fresh lemons. They have no lemon. But that's okay. I'll drink it anyway. What else? I went to Aldi and got a bunch of produce. Then went to the produce stand. And got that and a cantaloupe and watermelons at the produce stand. And now I am heading home. I think Doug's already been out in the garden because it took, he didn't want to wait for me to come home. I mean, I really wanted to go out in the garden too, but he has to get done. He can't wait for me. So I think what we may do, they're talking about a chance of rain. We'll get as much done as we can outside, whatever we need to get done, and then I think we are going to spend time in the basement. Our basement is a hot mess. I will not even show you because I am embarrassed. It is so bad. So I think we're going to spend time down there organizing, cleaning, and I'm sure I will do some purging. That's about it. We are having bruschetta pasta for dinner. That was Doug's request. So I do need to make some penne. I should put Andrew on that. You know what? If he's not working, maybe I'll put Andrew on that to make the pasta for me, because I know he would do it. He's got a lot of paperwork and stuff that he's been working on. He also wants to get his room clean and organized before school starts. So I told him I would help him with that. We are redoing his room at some point. I'm just trying to figure out when would be the best time to do that, because he'll move in Adam's room temporarily. I think we may wait till after the wedding. He'll move into Adam's room so we can get all his furniture out and rip up the carpet and stuff to put the floor down. So, yeah, maybe that'll be probably an October project, because he wants to just get his room really, really streamlined. So, lots of stuff. There's always something to do. There's always something to do. So, I am home. I am going to go unload my car. Of course, $50 worth of groceries was only 2 bags. And I forget how much it was at the produce stand, but I'll let you know in the grocery haul, which you've already seen. Talk to you later. Okay, Doug had most of the garden stuff done by the time I got home. We picked an entire bucket of beans, so we're going to need to process these within the next day or two. I'll get them canned up. We decided not to do the potatoes because they are really little. These were kind of an accidental pull out. Plus, we just wanted to see what they were looking like, but they're kind of small, so we're going to leave them a little bit longer. And he picked some onions. These are looking really, really good. I mean, we've got all different sizes there. Some nice big ones, some little ones, and that's fine. I love different size onions. So we're going to get those curing. And then this broke off, so that's not going to be any good. This one was already unattached from the vine, so I'm not sure. We'll have to look and see, but so pretty good. Got most of the garden cleaned up. Things are starting to die. It is the end of August in Jersey, so, you know, things are getting leggy and things like that. We still have lots of butternut squash going on. And these are all the potatoes right here in this area. And there's still some onions down in this area. We still have lots of peppers going, and we still have lots of eggplant going. So yeah, I think we'll be good probably till about the end of the month, and then it'll go. So here is the run that Doug expanded. We still have to paint a couple pieces of lumber, don't ask. And we moved the newest guys out here. We think we may have found, I told you we found a home for at least one of the roosters. You can certainly tell, if I can get it to focus, which ones are the roosters. That white one right there and that black one right there are 100% roosters, without a doubt. So we found a home for the black one, and we're just working on the others. While I'm out here, I'm going to go check and see if we have any eggs. There were a couple butts sitting in the box, so not going to grab any eggs now. We'll wait until they get out. We are going to, like I said, did I say we're going to process the peppers? We're going to chop some, and we're going to just cut some in strips to get those in the freezer. Mr. Doug is working on... What are you working on, Mr. Doug?
Rolling the compost.
Rolling the compost. A couple years ago, I did do a video on it. We kind of made our own compost bins. You know, we looked at ones you could buy that like had the little crank turner and all, and they were a little expensive. So we just kind of looked on YouTube and made our own. We just used the big 55-gallon plastic trash bags. Doug drilled a bunch of holes in them, and we just bungee cord the lid, throw all our compost in, and I don't know how often he rolls them around to mix up.
Should do it weekly.
Weekly. He said he should do it weekly, which means he probably doesn't. You roll it around so all the green compost and the brown compost mix together, and yeah, we've had a couple lovely loads of compost dirt. It's just amazing what it turns into, and we put it in the garden, and it's great. We do have compost bins in the back of the yard behind the chicken coop that we put all of the chicken waste in, but they take about 18 months to be able to use them. The chicken poop is highly, highly acidic. So it needs that 18 months to break down, because if not, it will just burn up your garden. So that's what's going on. We're going to go inside and get those peppers done, and probably the green beans if we feel like it. Okay, we got all the peppers sliced, diced, chopped, and frozen. Got all the green beans prepared, getting all the jars ready. My brother came by and brought us some figs. Not sure if we're just going to eat them, or I might make a small batch jam. Because I think we're going to pivot for tomorrow night's pinochle, do poker, and just have pickies. That's my thought. I'm really not sure yet. But for now, I'm going to get these green beans ready to go in the canner. Then I got to think about dinner because it's already 6 o'clock. Okay, while the canner's heating up, I'm working on dinner. So I've got a pound of chicken breast cubed, and I am just cooking this until it's done with a little salt and pepper. And I had a little bit of olive oil in there just so it wouldn't stick. So cooking that till it's done. Then in this bowl, I've got tomatoes. It called for 8 Roma tomatoes. I just had regular tomatoes. So I don't know, chopped up what I thought looked good. And then you drain it, but then you add the juice back in and a tablespoon of olive oil, salt, pepper, and I'm going to put basil in here. It calls for 10 basil leaves. My basil is really, really small, so I'm probably going to do like 30 little basil leaves chopped up and put in here. And then we've got water going on the stove to cook the pasta. Okay, we're just sauteing up a little bit of garlic for 20 seconds. That's 2 cloves. And then we are going to add in our tomato mixture. Sorry. Trying to do everything with 2 hands. Tomatoes and olive oil and garlic and basil. And salt and pepper. And then we're just going to saute that around until, I don't know, you read the recipe. What did it say?
Let's go back and look.
Okay, we need to bring this to a boil. That's what we need to do. So we're just going to bring this to a boil. We have our chicken all cooked. We're just going to, once that boils, I'm just going to set it aside because I'm waiting for the pasta to get done. Okay, so the pasta got done. So we just added it to the pan with the tomato mixture, added the chicken back in, heated it through, and that's it. Quick, easy, and delicious. Now, when we put it on the plate, we'll shave a little bit of Parmesan over top and drizzle a little balsamic glaze over top of that. And that is it. Quick, easy, delicious, and you can use stuff right from the garden. Okay, there is dinner. So dinner was absolutely delicious, as always. Even when you forget an ingredient. Yes. It was supposed to have a half a cup of tomato sauce. I forgot it. Guess what? Didn't eat it. It was still delicious. I noticed that I have it listed in the ingredients and I don't have it listed in the instructions anywhere. Oops. But it was delicious anyway. I got the 1 canner going with the green beans in it. I pulled out my 2nd canner to do another load of green beans because that's how many we had. So I'm going to end up with probably 13 pints of green beans. So that's awesome. Trying to get these done because you see what's on in the background. My Philly. We got 13 pints of green beans canned last night. So that was great. They'll go on the shelf and we'll have them for the winter. Not sure. We'll probably end up having another load, you think, Mr. Doug?
Yeah, there's still some.
We'll probably have another canner full, I would think, before the end of summer. So got that done last night. Got our chicken chores done this morning. Now I'm just going to clean up this counter and get ready for our day. Okay, here is my breakfast this morning. It's really bad lighting. I have an omelet, and in the omelet are tomatoes and peppers, and 1 super duper thin slice of ham and a 1/4 ounce of raw milk cheddar cheese. It is delicious. As you can see, I already started. And I have 1 slice of toast with a 1/4 teaspoon of butter on it. And of course, my tea. So there is my breakfast this morning. We are in the church for our meeting, and as you know, we've been out of the church because of the floor replacement, and I just wanted to show you the beautiful new floor. We're at the tux store getting the guys' tuxes. Very easy, very simple, black tuxes, very classic, so it was easy. And then we ran into my little nephew who was there picking out his tux with his girlfriend. Okay, lots of voiceovers going on there. So we went and, oh my gosh, look at the traffic. Shore traffic. Oh, you can't see it. It's just on the, heading towards the shore. Went to our meeting at church. Showed you the new floor in the church. That was our first peek at it also. What else? Then went to get the guys' tuxes. You saw the tux store. They just got regular old tuxes. I meant to get a video of them trying them on, but our nephew Ryan walked in and his girlfriend to get his tux for the wedding too. So we were talking to them. Stopped at Aldi to get a few things for the charcuterie board for tonight. Did a total pivot. So tonight is supposed to be pinochle night. Andrew really wants to play what's called Rummy Royal and some poker. So that's what we're gonna do. So instead of making like a full dinner, like I was gonna make steak tips and mushrooms and mashed potatoes, we just had that Bohemian beef that's so similar. I decided to go for a charcuterie board for tonight, a fruit board, and stromboli. So I'm gonna make a cheesesteak stromboli, a pepperoni and cheese stromboli, and then charcuterie and fruit. So I think that will be delicious. So I had to stop and pick up a couple things. Aldi has such amazing cheese. They really, really do. Now I think we are swinging by GC. We're going to swing by Andrew's school where he teaches and check out his classroom because he can get in there. I mean, school starts not this week but next week, so he needs to get in there and work on his classroom. So we just want to take a look and see exactly what we need as far as, you know, it's not like when he was at the school teaching 6th grade, the school that shall not be named. You know, he doesn't need like a job board and
It wasn't the school, it was the principal.
You're right. I'm sorry. It wasn't the school. I should not. You're right. It was the principal. He doesn't need like, you know, like if it was middle school, like he just wants to put like some posters up, you know, history posters and, you know, make nice little bulletin boards, like nothing crazy. And that's me saying nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. So we just want to go and get an idea of what he needs. So we're going to go look at his classroom. He's got all his desk organization stuff and all. So we're going to work on that next week. And then right near there is the deli that I like to go to. I need to get, and they also have the chip steak for the cheese steak. Because like we don't, being from this area, like we don't do steakums like that you can buy in a box. We buy chip steak. So I'm going to get some of that for the cheesesteak stromboli, and I'm going to get some salami for the charcuterie board, and I'm going to get some pepperoni for the charcuterie board and the pepperoni bread. So I think that's good. I have a few bakery orders to fill. I have a couple loaves of sandwich bread ordered for tomorrow morning, and I have, tomorrow is, I think I told you, the bake sale for the student council, and I'm going to bake a few things for that. So I'm going to enlist the guys' help. Andrew has to go give plasma at 4, and then we're going to do cards at 6. So a lot going on, but what else is new? What else is new? I told Doug we are getting down to that basement at some point, because if I don't get that basement cleaned up soon, like before he goes back to school and before, like just before the next season in life, I'm gonna lose my ever-loving mind. So I think we're gonna work on that a little bit.
Too late.
Too late. Anyway, so that's what's happening. When we get home, I don't know, maybe I'll show you how I make stromboli. Okay, we are here in Andrew's classroom. Big change from the classroom he had last year. That one was all brand new. This one's
Dated.
a little dated, but it is what it is. He will figure it out. So we just came to see exactly what we needed bulletin board wise. So he's got like one across the top there, and a little prayer corner back there. So that's good. Places to put posters, because that's all he's going to do is do all kind of like posters and stuff. He's got a smart board here. A lot of this stuff is the teacher who was here. It looks like she's starting to take stuff down and move out a little bit.
Most of it is moved out.
Oh, most of her stuff is moved out. So she'll just have to empty all this. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. We started opening closets and file cabinets and are just completely overwhelmed. The teacher that retired, I don't know how many years ago, still has thousands of tests in the filing cabinet. So we need to package them up and take them down to the office for shredding. There is a lot of work ahead of us, my friends. But we got this. Okay, we are home and in go mode. Doug is cooking up the cheesesteak meat for the cheesesteak stromboli over there. I've got bread rising for the order for tomorrow, and then I've got zucchini bread in the oven for the bake sale tomorrow. All that accomplished in about a half an hour. But now I want to get my dress off because I already got flour all over it, and I don't want to get any kind of grease or oil on it. So I am going to go get changed. I've got to make time to try on my wedding gowns for the wedding. I ordered them on Amazon, and I ordered just a whole bunch of them, and they came. So I have to try them on, hopefully later today or tomorrow. But look, this is how a formal gown comes. That's how 3 formal gowns come. Yeah, so I will try them on within the next 2 days so I can see what's keeping, what's going back, what's a possibility, what's a never mind. Never a dull moment in our house. Andrew's classroom is old, super old. We really want to paint it, but it's a little too late now. Or have maintenance paint it, but it's a little too late now. It's fine. It's fine. We're going to go tomorrow and start cleaning, I think, because I think there's like dirt and dust in there from 1990. The teacher that had it last year didn't do a whole lot. She was a little bit scattered. She's being moved this year to a different classroom. So we're going to start cleaning it tomorrow. And he saw some posters he liked on Amazon. So I think it's going to be a minimalist classroom, but it's going to look nice. So I'm excited to help him set that up and all that fun stuff. But for right now, I got to get back to cooking because the 6 o'clock is going to be here before we know it. I meant to pick up the camera when I was doing the pepperoni bread and completely forgot. So here's the cheesesteak stromboli. I just made my pizza dough recipe. It makes a beautiful dough. You can see how beautiful that dough is. And after it's done rising, I just roll it out. Now for the cheesesteak, I just put 12 slices of American cheese, just regular American cheese. That's what we like on our cheesesteaks. And I just have my chipped beef meat, my cheesesteak meat. And I'm just going to throw that on top. It's a little too much probably, but it's okay. We like it meaty. Spread that out. So this is half of my pizza dough recipe and 2 pounds of cheesesteak meat. I got that at the deli. Just a little bit better than the steak-o meat. Okay, so then once you have it all spread out, you just take your dough and roll it up. From the long side, jelly roll style. Of course, it's probably better to roll it out so, you know, it's the other way and easier. And then we're just going to take it back, and then we are going to seal this edge really, really well. I'm going to just put a little bit of water on my fingers probably, and then just seal it up. You don't want your dough super, super thick because you don't want it to be all bread. You want those fillings to come through, but you don't want it super, super thin because then it bursts open in the oven. Especially with the meat and the cheeses in there with all that grease, it tends to burst open. Mine always burst. It just happens. So then once we get that nice and sealed, I'm going to go back over it with water. You just tuck your ends under and push them down. Same thing, just make sure they're nice and sealed. That end will get cut off when we serve it because there's nothing in that end but bread. We are going to make, actually Andrew's going to make some sriracha ketchup to serve with this. So let me wet this down, then I'll just show you how we flip it on over. So I was a little too generous in rolling it out, and it's actually bigger than my sheet, which I don't like to use this stone anyway. I like to use one with a rim in case it does break open and like any grease spills out. But what I'll do is I'll just put it on here and I'll put a rimmed cookie sheet under it. I have a metal one that we just use for our eggs and stuff, our eggshells. So you're just gonna pick it up, turn it over. We'll put it that way.
It almost fits.
It almost fits. There we go. It'll be fine. But when I put this in the oven, I'll just put the metal rimmed sheet underneath to catch anything. But I just like to do them. I have the stones. These are from Pampered Chef. I have a million of them. But I only have one that has sides because I broke the other one. But I love these. I love the way stuff comes out on them. So there is our cheesesteak stromboli. Just 2 ingredients, cheesesteak or steak and cheese. And then our pepperoni bread, swing around here, is right here. Looks exactly the same. This one's just filled with pepperoni, provolone cheese, and mozzarella cheese. So there we go. They will go in the oven at 375 for about 20 minutes. I just keep an eye on them. Okay, the next thing I'm doing is kind of making like a bruschetta board. I just whipped up some bruschetta, just tomatoes and a little bit of grated onion, basil, Parmesan cheese, and a little tiny bit of olive oil just to bind it. I've got some pesto here, not homemade, from a jar, and wish I had a different bowl, but it'll have to do. And then in this dish, I'm gonna have some roasted red peppers. We'll put that out. I have baguette in the oven toasting. That'll go in the middle or on the side. And then I also have some fresh mozzarella. So that way people can make either like a bruschetta with pesto or just a baguette with roasted red peppers and mozzarella, whatever they feel like doing. So there's that. And I think that's it, right? Oh, I did a fruit, just a little fruit tray. That's everything, right? Yes, that's everything, I believe. Oh, no, the charcuterie board. I'll show you that when it's done. Starting with Rummy Royal tonight. I don't think they call this game Rummy Royal anymore. This thing is ancient. What do they call it? Triopoly?
I was called it Tripoli.
Tripoli, Triopoly, something like that. It's a fun game. These margarine containers are from like the 1970s.
Really? Nobody buys margarine.
Who buys margarine? Hearts are the big suit. If you get hearts, it's a money card. You get the money in the thing. It's a lot of fun. We're starting with this, and then we'll switch to some poker. good sunny Sunday morning, my friends. It is gorgeous out here today. Little warm. Little warm?
I think it's pleasant right now.
Pleasant right now, but I think it's supposed to be a little bit warm. You saw, I filmed a tiny bit last night. So we played Rummy Royal. We ate, and then we switched over to poker. Somebody must have stepped in something last night, or had a Lucky Charm in his pocket, or I don't know. He could not lose last night. He won Rummy Royal, and I got decimated. And then poker, what did you end up winning, Andrew?
$13.
18? 18?
Yeah.
And you got to understand, when we play poker, the chips are only a dime each. So we're not playing big high stakes poker here. Like, usually the big loser loses about $5 or $10. The big winner generally wins between 10 and 15. So yeah, he did really well. I lost 7.
I think I lost 10.
Yeah, Doug lost 10. Actually, Doug lost more than 10, because by the end, instead of buying it again, I was
She was feeding.
I was feeding him chips.
More like 12.
My sister-in-law was really, really down, and then she won a big pot, so she broke even. I don't know. What about Joey? Do we know?
Yeah,
I'm not sure what Joey did, but we had a really, really good time. A lot of laughs. We put the iPad, we prop it up on the ladder shelf in the dining room so we can watch the Phillies game while we're playing, because, you know. And you all know I like to do DraftKings. I like to do sports betting. And once again, I don't spend a lot of money. Like, a big bet for me is like $3. That's a big bet, and I rarely do it. So last night I had a parlay. It's called a parlay on the Phillies game. It's like 7 different bets. Of course, they all hit except one, so you lose. But then there was one game still going on. It was St. Louis and who?
No, it was not St. Louis. We played St.
It was
Louis.
the Cardinals.
It was,
no,
it was the Reds and the Diamondbacks.
The Reds and the Diamondbacks. And the Reds were losing 4-1 in the 7th. And Andrew's like, I'm throwing $1 on the Reds to come back and win it. The odds are great. I'm like, yeah, I'll do that too.
Don't forget the 50% boost in that.
Oh, yeah, there was like a bet boost too that boosted it up even more. So I put $1 on the Reds to win. They were down 4-1. They won in extra innings.
Can't lose.
So that was a pretty good bet. So I was like, thank you, Andrew. Like I said, I don't spend a lot of money. It's something we enjoy doing. I have not... anyway, it's just what we enjoy. Some people like to get massages. Some people like to get facials. Some people like to get tattoos. I throw a couple bucks on the sports betting. What else? So yeah, that was a lot of fun last night. Got up this morning. You saw us taking care of the chickens, I think. If I got the footage, I don't know. And then got all the things I baked together for the bake sale today. I didn't do as much this time because I had so much last time. I just did some peach bread and zucchini bread and that kind of thing. Got a sandwich bread order and out the door. Did all that yesterday. It's all ready to go today. It's getting picked up in a little bit. So I have it in bins on the porch. What else? I'm channeling my favorite aunt today. My Aunt May. That's my mom's sister. And that's who Mabel, the chicken, is named after. My aunt loved polka dots and she loved navy blue. And she wore a navy blue polka dotted dress to my wedding. And I found this dress and had to buy it because it was navy blue polka dots. And it's funny because my sister also has one, and so does my cousin, who is Aunt May's daughter. So I sent a selfie to my cousin this morning, and I said, channeling my favorite aunt. I said, wearing my polka dot dress to church. So thinking about her today. So after church, we are going to breakfast. You saw that on the menu plan that the boys made. And then after that, we have to get home and get changed and go over a neighbor / friend's house. I told you guys last week that her name is Lee, and a friend of hers had to rehome all of her chickens and asked Lee if she would take them, and Lee said she would take some, and then Lee contacted me and asked me if I would take some. They're about 15 weeks, so probably about a month or two away from starting to lay. So I think we're going to take a couple. We have a rescue cat, we have a rescue dog. Why not some rescue chickens? We're going to go over Lee's and see. I know one of them is a golden lace Wyandotte, so that would be really, really nice to have. We just have to kind of figure out logistics a little bit. We have 2 confirmed roosters and 1 that's suspect. I have a home for one of them, and then I think the other one we're going to take to auction. We can't keep more than 1. I really don't even want to keep 1, but I will try probably if that one ends up being a rooster. I posted it on I belong to a couple Facebook chicken groups, and everybody always posts pictures, hen or roo, and I posted it, and I'm getting 50% hen and 50% rooster, so until it crows or lays an egg, we probably won't know. I guess that's about it. I've talked long enough. So I will show you my breakfast, and that's that. We have to be at church early because we all have ministries today. We are all doing the exact same ministry. You're ushering. Next week we have to go to 11:30 Mass on Sunday because Doug has to sing. He has to cantor, so he'll be singing by himself with an accompanist. I am not a big fan of 11:30 Mass because I feel like it is the middle of the day. So, that's okay. Doug gets put on the schedule every holiday weekend, it seems. And that's fine because we don't really do much. So, all we'll probably do next weekend is play Pinochle. Who knows? We'll see. And we may be still scrambling to try to get Andrew's classroom ready. Who knows? We're going to try to get up there today a little bit, I think. And do a little bit of cleaning in his classroom?
Yes. You mentioned that.
Yeah, we'll see, but we'll figure it out. Okay, at our new favorite breakfast place, and I am having a Jersey omelet. It is tomatoes, pork roll, and cheese. There's a side of hash browns. I'll eat a few bites. Doug's having French toast and sausage. This was a whole lot bigger than Andrew expected it to be. He's already cut it in half. It's a, what is it?
Country fried steak, I think, or something.
Country fried steak with sausage gravy, eggs, and hash browns. I'm expecting him to eat about half of that. I ate my whole omelet and about 4 bites of the potatoes. I am full. I am satisfied. It was delicious. We are on our way home. Breakfast was absolutely delicious. You saw I ate my whole omelet and I ate just a couple bites of the potatoes. That omelet is like my favorite omelet. Next time though, I'm going to ask for half the amount of cheese because there was a lot. The last time I got it, there wasn't a whole lot of cheese. This time I thought it was pretty cheesy, but maybe just that one spot. I don't know. I'm going to ask them how much cheese they put in, and I'll probably reduce it a little bit, but I will definitely be getting at it again. That is one of my favorites. Andrew and I stopped at Dollar Tree. So in his classroom, like there's a desk, like a computer desk next to his desk. And the teacher before covered it in contact paper, and it's beautiful contact paper, but it's starting to peel up, and it's also like purple and green paisley, not what Andrew wants. So we stopped at the DT and I picked up, we picked up some contact paper. He just chose, like, it looks like marble, you know, just white with like gray veining in it. So we're gonna use that. And she also had it on some of the windowsills. So we've got that. And then we were looking on Pinterest for classroom ideas for high school world history. And we found some really cool things. We found a really cool bulletin board that we like the saying of. So I think we're going to do that. I just have to figure out how I'm going to make the letters, if I'm going to Cricut them probably for him. I'm not sure. The main thing we're going to probably do tonight is clean and declutter. Now the teacher that has this room now is coming in tomorrow to empty her stuff out. So we can get in there tonight and do a little bit of cleaning without disturbing her stuff, like just wiping things down and all that. And then figure out what we want to do decoration wise. And Doug Andrew saw this like little pack of artwork. You can purchase all the artwork and they just, email it to you. It was very inexpensive. He really liked it. And Doug has that big plotter printer at work, so he can print this stuff out really big, like posters and stuff. So I think we're going to do some of that over the course of the week. I'm guessing we'll get a lot of heavy stuff done tomorrow, like a lot of the cleaning and rearranging, and then probably Friday we'll go back and decorate. That's my guess, but we'll see. And I'll bring you along for it. You guys came along for his other classroom. That one was fun because it was a brand new classroom. It was pristine. This one is older than dirt.
I went to school in that classroom.
But we're gonna make it look good. We're gonna make it look good, and we'll figure it out. So right now we're gonna get home and get changed because we have to go over to my friend Lee's and check out some chickens. Okay, so we're trying something. Here's all the teenagers hiding in the corner. Here's all the newbie doobies hiding underneath the coop. We're trying to see if they will cohabitate. See, we've got this up because we're separating all the smalls and the bigs to get them used to each other. We're seeing if these guys can cohabitate with the babies right now, because if we get these rescue chickens, we're going to need the grow out coop for them. So, and there's Doug, the biggest chicken of all. Cleaning up the run. Just getting all the cobs out and all the watermelon rinds and stuff that are eaten up. So we're hoping this works. We'll see. We will see.
Hi, this is Doug, your substitute blogger for the day. Just want to introduce you to our two new chickens. Our two new hens, at least we hope they're hens. The white one is, right now, she was Stevie Nicks, and the black one was Jennifer Lopez. These are the ones we rescued from a friend of a friend. They'll probably be renamed for the ones that we're going to get rid of. They are about 17-week-old barnyard mixes. And we're just keeping them in our little condo coop for a couple weeks to quarantine them until they can be integrated with the rest of our flock. So I just want to introduce you to them. I think they're pretty. Say hi, girls. Hello. All right, that's about it for now. Back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Okay, the girl who had this classroom last year is supposed to come in tomorrow and like kind of get rid of all her stuff. We've put a lot of it on this table. We've got everything kind of scrubbed down. We need to bring in a razor blade to scrape a couple things off the wall and things like that. But we took all the contact paper off of the computer desk. Andrew bought new contact paper to put on. So we are going to work for a while longer. We have gotten a lot done cleaning wise and talked out a few bulletin boards. We've got ideas for that bulletin board up there, and some ideas for this bulletin board here. So we're getting there. Oh my goodness, we just got home. We worked for quite a while, got a lot done. I will do a big reveal when it is all done. Doug's outside washing his car. It's got tons of sap on it. So I'm going to, we decided, it is already almost 6:30. I'm not gonna have time to cook dinner. Plus we had a lot of leftovers from last night. So I'm gonna make up a small charcuterie board. So a picky plate for dinner. And there is pepperoni bread and cheesesteak bread left from last night. So I'm gonna also heat that up and we are gonna get rid of the leftovers. Because we're not gonna be really home tomorrow. We're gonna be at the school pretty much all day working. So yeah. So we are just eating leftovers tonight. Okay, like I said, we are just doing another picky plate charcuterie board for dinner with the leftovers and the leftover stromboli and stuff. So I am really not very hungry. This is still with me, but I'm gonna have a little something just so I don't get super hungry later. And Andrew and I are looking online to find stuff for his classroom. Okay, dinner done and cleaned up. Chickens to bed. Now I am helping Andrew. We are creating some posters for his classroom. We saw one like this online and it wasn't the right colors. It was very rainbow and everything. And his vibe is more of a watercolor earthy globe thing. So we just made our own. So this is what we are working on tonight. And then Doug will take the file with him to work and print it out on his big blueprint printer. Well, friends, it is Monday morning and and as you see, I haven't done anything yet. And I never closed out last night. So Andrew and I worked on a couple things for his classroom. Just designing them and things like that. Doug's gonna print everything at work on his big plotter. Doug left the basement door open, so Aria ran down to eat the cat's food. Always chaos. And today we are just going to spend the day at the school helping Andrew with his classroom, things like that. So I'm gonna end this weekend vlog here because there will be nothing to show you today. I will definitely show you his classroom when it is all done. So yeah, that's it. It was a good weekend, a busy weekend. I showed you what we had for dinner last night, just leftovers. I'm getting ready to make breakfast this morning and we are gonna get out of here. So, oh yeah, I showed you that, never mind. Okay, that's it. I will see you all for a full day of eating at some point. This is a super crazy week. It is the last week here in Jersey before school starts. School starts either the Tuesday or Wednesday after Labor Day, depending on your school district. So I've got a very busy week with kids. This is Sadie's last week with me because she's only a summer girl. And I just watch her just a couple days, not every day. I know I have the baby one day, and I also have all 4 of my OGs one day. So it's going to be a very, very busy week for me. That and just trying to get back into the routine because next week Doug goes back to school and Andrew goes back to school. So it's just going to be crazy here. I will video as much as I can. I really thought about taking a little video break, like a little video YouTube vacation, but I'm still tossing that around. And I also still need to get a little bit more preserving done. So just busy, but it's the way I like it. So I will talk to you all very soon in my next video.